LisaRaye and Tisha Campbell are speaking out because they are not going to let Jada hide anymore. With celebrities getting exposed left and right after the Epstein file scandals, power couples like Beyonce and Jay-Z, along with Will and Jada, are reportedly panicking as their alleged past actions continue to come under public scrutiny. If anyone has a personal issue with Jada, it's LisaRaye and Tisha Campbell. They claim that Jada will not only ruin both of their marriages, but also mistreated young, up-and-coming stars in the industry because they couldn't control themselves. Jada has also been involved in some controversial situations, especially her entanglement with August Alsina. Now, reports claim that the situation with August wasn't the first time something like this had happened. It was simply the first time it became public.
When I was young, I definitely think I had a sex addiction of some kind. Yes, that everything could be fixed by sex.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Will and Jada probably thought the conversation about them would die down after the Oscars slap controversy. Instead, their names have continued to surface, first in connection with Diddy, and now alongside discussions surrounding the Epstein scandal. Although Will's name was not directly mentioned in the documents, many people pointed to a page describing an alleged victim they believe closely resembled Brisha Gray and claims that he was passed around. Whether or not that person was actually Brisha, supporters argue that he became a victim of powerful figures within the entertainment industry who allegedly exploited him until he reached a breaking point. At the same time, old videos of Will Smith talking about mentoring Brisha Gray have started circulating online again. In those clips, Will spoke enthusiastically about Brisha's future, saying he was going to reach for the stars and that he was in the best hands.
He was with me every step of the way, first out the limo. So Charlie has been with me, 30 years coming up in the business. So, he's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love. And all he has to do is add discipline, and he's going to be all right.
It's like Uncle Will, Who is best to give you advice? And it's Will Smith, and I'm getting so much good advice. I got my first acting role, Empire, and it's changing my life. And it's like I'm listening from the greatest, and it's like making me well prepared.
And now, many people point to Brisha's current struggles as evidence of how dramatically his life has changed, with his situation becoming the subject of widespread public discussion and speculation.
And he was like, he said, Will me, Diddy made me suck his, what's going on, Charlie made me suck. And I said, I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea. So he crying, no blood is coming from his nose. Yes, you do. And I'm like, listen.
It has also been alleged that the same thing happened to Meek Mill and August Alsina. August was introduced to the Smiths around 2015 while he was dealing with serious health issues, including liver disease and nerve damage that left him unable to walk. He had also become addicted to the painkiller Percocet because of his health problems. August wasn't able to work, although he had earned money from his music. He reportedly wasn't managing it well. Reports claimed he had fallen behind on his bills and was close to being evicted, as if his health struggles weren't enough. He was also dealing with serious family issues and reportedly didn't have the best relationship with his mother.
We all want family. That's what we've been taught. We've been taught to we live, we grow, we create a family. I mean, that's what you do. You be with your family. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a void out here for a lot of people. I know for me, I feel a void in my life because I can't get down with my family like that. Yeah. And
because he had grown close to the entire Smith family, August reached out to Jada for spiritual guidance. He was another young man looking to the Smiths for support. Over time, Jada and August became very close, and their friendship eventually turned into a romantic relationship. Jada is about 20 years older than August. In fact, August posted this message for Jada on her 47th birthday. I don't believe in luck. I believe in God's divine order, and you are an example of God's divinity and is covering over my life. I could spend a lifetime decoding you. You're my little piece of heaven here on earth. The fortune in my cookie. You are love personified. There hasn't been enough diction created to articulate or express the capacity of my love for you. So, as my soul continues this quest, I like to say, happy birthday, best. You're nothing like the rest. Girl, not even Will Smith ever posted anything that romantic about Jada. Here's where the story gets a little uncomfortable. After their alleged 4-year relationship was exposed, August reportedly paid a heavy price because he truly believed they were building a happy family together.
It's very different because, as I said, there's so many people that are side-eyeing me, looking at me questionable about it. I mean, I've lost money, friendships, relationships behind it, and I think it's because people don't necessarily know the truth, but I've never done anything wrong. I love those people.
Why would anyone think August benefited from a situation like this? After he spoke out about Will and Jada, many people accused him of doing it only to promote his new album. For LisaRaye and Tisha Campbell, the situation was personal. Tisha and Jada had been close friends for years, and Will and Jada even attended Tisha and Dwayne Martin's wedding, while Tisha attended theirs. According to reports, Will admitted he had a crush on Tisha. When Tisha mentioned it to Jada, Jada allegedly already knew and gradually tried to convince her to go along with the situation. It was later claimed that Dwayne Martin was also involved, and eventually all four became part of the arrangement. The Smiths reportedly helped fund Tisha and Dwayne's restaurant and supported their business ventures. However, their businesses continued to fail, debts piled up, and they struggled financially while raising a child with special needs. When Tisha filed for divorce, she began questioning where the money had gone. She later discovered that Will Smith allegedly had paperwork connected to their home after loaning $1.4 million for its purchase. Because of that, Tisha reportedly received nothing from the house in the divorce. She also believed that Will and Jada helped Dwayne hide money, leaving her with no choice but to walk away empty-handed.
I look like my man left me.
That's so dumb.
Took all my money.
That already happened.
Oh, you bitch.
But that's not all. It has also been alleged that Will Smith and Dwayne Martin were involved in a relationship. Even Will's former assistant recently came forward, claiming those allegations were true.
Open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having anal sex with Will.
Let me process that for a second.
There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, killing him. Murder, like murder. It was murder in there.
Okay. What did you do?
For Tisha, it felt like a complete betrayal of trust. She believed Jada was her friend and expected her to respect their relationship. Instead, Tisha says she was made to look like the crazy one in the media. So when the situation involving August became public, she felt that people were finally seeing the side of Jada she had experienced herself. Tisha later shared a post saying, "The truth always comes out in the end, no matter how hard anyone tries to hide it. Lies are just a temporary delay to the inevitable." She also said, "They will lie to the end. The real key is that people will stop believing them." LisaRaye also backed up what Tisha said, claiming she became caught up in Will and Jada's alleged drama after introducing Dwayne Martin to her ex-husband, Michael Missick. According to the claims, Dwayne became close to Will Smith after they met during the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and the two developed a friendship. Over the years, rumors about their relationship continued to circulate. LisaRaye alleged that, during that time, Dwayne realized it was easier to benefit from wealthy and influential people than to rely on acting alone. She also claimed that after introducing Dwayne to Michael, things quickly began to fall apart. According to LisaRaye, Dwayne introduced Michael to several women in Hollywood, including some of her own friends. She also alleged that Dwayne and Michael developed a much closer relationship, to the point where Dwayne was able to come and go for her home freely, without her approval.
I've always been afraid to date in LA. I heard stories and,
What stories
about
you
the
heard
parties,
about
about the Down Low brothers and about all of that. And I'm like, I ain't for none of that. You know what I mean? I don't want you to be playing with me. I don't want to be no notch on nobody's belt like I had her. I've never been no fuck girl. You know what I mean? None of that.
So proud of her for being so honest. I'm so proud of her.
For LisaRaye, August and Jada's entanglement wasn't a normal relationship. August saw Jada as a mother figure, which is why he came to her for guidance, and she agreed to help him. But somehow, he ended up in her bed when he did something she didn't like. August was simply discarded, as if he never mattered at all.
And I feel that he was a baby. Now, I'm all for if you want to date somebody younger, go for it. You know what I mean? But because of his circumstance and why in which he came to her, wounded and hurt, and in her lap, how in the hell did he get off the lap and then you got onto the dick? I don't understand. Son brought him to you all, and you all brought him in like family and started vacationing with him. So you were trying to mentor him. So you done fucked him up even more right here.
People are now saying that it felt very similar to what Brisha Gray allegedly went through and how he was pushed aside like old news once they were done with him. One person said, so August came to Jada for help when he was vulnerable, and she used him because she wanted to feel good. Then she cast him aside and went back to her husband. Wow, he loved Jada because he saw her as a motherly figure. He fell in love without really understanding how wounded he was. Of course, she knew that, but didn't care. She was selfish and knew he could be molded into whatever she wanted him to be. Jada took advantage of him while he was sick, and then threw him away when she didn't want him anymore. She knew he was weak. Now he's out here, having lost his mind, while she's calling their relationship an entanglement. What do you think about all of this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.